Welcome, crypto lovers. Welcome, NFT lovers. Today, we'll have Stoner Ape Club on the table. Great project, ape-based project, which right now, I mean, having the word ape inside of your project, it's like, you know, the flu or, you know, COVID. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to spread very fast, and we're just hoping that it's not gonna kill people. Anyways, I mean, this was a little bit of a bad joke, but it's okay. I mean, at this point, you know, we just wanna try to brighten the day. So this project looks promising. Team, I mean, at the end of the day, I think teams can be successful, can be talented, can be diversified as well. But I think what is extensively important, I think extensively is becoming my catchphrase at this point, but what is extensively important is having invested NFT people inside of the main backers of any specific project. This project has people who have reputation, who have a strong, reputation inside of the NFT space. So there's not going to be any rug pulls. Investing inside of projects, to be honest with you guys, I mean more than 95% of these projects are going to go to zero. I mean, investing in NFTs is extensively, risky. I mean, before diving into this project, I can show you some examples. I can go back to, the Discord right here, before dismissing this roadmap. Go back, for example, here. Newton, Human Club. This one was extensively hyped project. I mean, a lot of influencers talked about it, and people were extensively, excited about this mint. Going to the OpenSea, going to the project itself, I mean, let's take a look at the floor price. I mean, it's tanked as hell. The project is pretty much dead. The art looks great. I mean, it's always discussable, but I mean, as you can see, went to zero. Another example, which I can give you guys, Metatux, another project which at a certain point, super hyped up, they were the bad boys of the metaverse. Paid a bunch of influencers to come in, had a guy from Coinbase, which was a complete jerk, I think. I mean, let's see, price tanked crap right now. Let's take another example, and I'm not shitting into on any specific type of project. I'm just showcasing, what we have. All these projects, I mean, people have put their heart and soul inside of these. This one, Spacebugs, it's holding a little bit more efficiently than others, but I think they managed the launches a token, so that's why they're holding a bit more efficiently. But it's, I mean, I think it minted at 0.133, and when Ethereum was at 4,500, I would say. So right now, I mean, it's pretty much down the tank. So very important to understand that at the end of the day, crypto investment is very risky. So this roadmap, I mean, community wallet, this is gonna be great. Funding is gonna be awesome as well. Rarity tools, initial drop, looking pretty sexy as well. Donation, creates a little bit of purpose. Merch, pretty basic, but grows the community meetup. I mean, at this point, I just want to see our first IRL meetup to pass the bunt. I mean, all right. I mean, definitely makes sense, but at the same time, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be virtual. Branded SAC products. I mean, a bit of the same thing. Merch, going through the pipeline to making sure to push even more funds to the whole ecosystem. So definitely love it, go back to the Twitter, we can see, I mean, gentlemen like Sober, we're investing into this project. Um, and there's a bunch of, I mean, BLUECHIP owners which are um, invested in the project. So it's worth it. I mean, at the end of the day, um, always have a plan. Always have a plan when going into these projects through the mint. I mean, always when you're able to mint low, I think it's important. Flipping it just, I mean, one of my favorite ways to be able to be profitable on NFTs is selling an hour before the mint, the public mint, or not the public mint. Sorry, I mean selling an hour before the reveal, because I mean selling before the public mint. I mean it could be good, but at the same time you need to get into the whitelist. But selling a few hours before the reveal, because the hype is going to be very, very high. Everybody's going to be super excited, super aroused, and selling at this point, you can at least guarantee, I would say, 4-5x. This project could be a bit of the same thing. And if you're looking to hold, I mean, holding is good, but it's very important to understand that holding in NFTs is very, very risky. Only a minority of projects will make it to the 300k amounts as well as these enormous type of amounts, because at the end of the day, I mean, you know, it's art, looks nice, but it's not real value. There's value which might be created over time, but I mean, you know, these companies, these projects are not making money. They're not, you know, creating extensive jobs. They don't have ecosystems which are solid. So it's FOMO, excitement, hype. This is what's creating value inside of most of these projects. And when FOMO, you know, hype, you know, and all the Viagra, I would say, is at the peak, this is where you need to sell. It's hard to predict the peak, but at the end of the day, you know, selling when you see everybody extensively excited, technically before the reveal, this might be good because you might get a super rare one. But what's the chance? I mean, let's be honest. It's called super rare because there's only a few percent which would have these, and it's definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you want to be smart and you want to survive. So, very important to keep this in mind. So yeah, so this is pretty much it for me. This is what I wanted to mention regarding this this project. Project looks sexy. Project looks profitable, and hopefully you guys can get into the whitelist as well by going to the Discord. I think they have 4,000 spots, which they'll be giving out. 1,000 is already assigned, so there's still a little bit of time to be able to push on this front. And before ending this today, I just wanted to mention on Bitcoin. Today we saw a pretty good dump. We went to I think 42-ish. Unlike I was predicting yesterday, says our dearest, he's not a friend, maybe you know, influencer, you know, Carl from the Moon would say exactly as I predicted. We dipped down to 42. I mean, we have this is not an up-to-date chart, but at the same time, I think we dipped until here, you know, around 42. This zone, I mean, if we could go down to this, ideally bounce back. This is where we might go up until maybe the 58-ish, right here, and we don't see it on this chart, but and then hopefully be profitable on a specific trade where you can buy at 40,000-ish, and then push it up to 58, 59, 60-ish. You know, with good risk management as well as efficient. How can say in French, connaissance. Money can be made efficiently, but I mean, Bitcoin is good to track the market. But it's important to know that, I mean, I think great gains are made in low caps. You know, Bitcoin is, if you have $100,000 to put into this asset, you'll make a good chunk. But I mean, let's be honest here. Even myself, you know, I don't want to allocate more than I mean, more than maybe 10,000, 20,000, $50,000 to a specific, asset. And, the lowest money that you can put into something specific and the biggest return that you can have. Because let's say you go into Bitcoin, you put $100,000 inside of it, and then you're expecting a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x. It's going to take you maybe 6 to 7, 8 months. So staying into this asset for 6 to 7, 8 months instead of crypto, it's very, very risky. Very, very risky. And you have a low cap. You put, let's say, $10,000 inside of it. It goes 10x in about a month and a half. You pull out a month and a half exposure to crypto. It's small. If I lose 80% of this $10,000. Let's say the worst case scenario, I have $2,000. I sell, only money left. But let's say I'll be on Bitcoin, for example. I have $100,000 into the asset. 6 to 7 months later, big bear market, because at the end of the day I wanted to FOMO and wait for $200,000. So at the end of the day, let's say I got in at 60, let's say, went down to 40. So you guys make the math. 35% loss. At the end of the day, 35% of $100,000. A bit of the same thing. $35,000 loss. So you lost more. So at the end of the day, always invest wisely. This is definitely not financial advice. Like I said, I don't want to dwell into on this statement, but I mean, at this point, I'm definitely not an expert, just somebody here giving my opinion and try to enjoy the ride. So thank you so much, guys, for watching today. I'm very, very happy to have you guys with us today, and hopefully you guys can make good decisions, get into good projects, and stay blessed along the way. Thank you so much.